Good morning. And we're back in Middle Earth, and we're going to pick up with the quest that we were told to do by Elrond in the last time. And also, it looks like I never talked to Hobby Master
Greetings, friend.
about the
Will
fishing.
you lend me your ear?
Now that you have learned the ways of the fishermen, you will be needing supplies. Though the elves of Rivendell excel in the craft, a man of the Trollshaws, Gerbert by name, has fallen in difficult time. Gerbert was injured, as men so commonly are, and cannot travel. His sale of fish and fishing supplies has been much diminished, and I worry for him and his family. He is very skilled in matters of the rivers and waters for a man. His prowess almost reaches that of Elrond's folk. If you wish to find supplies, I would ask that you visit Gerbert. He should be at his cottage in Talbernen, south of here, near the river. Well, we're going to have to stop by his place sooner or later anyway, so we'll take it. And now, let's talk to Bilbo. Hi, Bilbo. Let's see, I think we want this
have
one.
some tea.
Oh, yeah, no. We're not doing the one that goes out in the Goblin Town, way out in the Misty Mountains.
Would you like to join our game?
Hello there, friend. I wonder if you could help out an old hobbit who is not as spry as he used to be. Linda and I are playing a friendly riddle game. Here is his latest. I often hold your hand, but I have no hands wherewith to hold. I often sleep in summer, but I do my best when it grows cold. I often lose my mate, but I feel no sorrow, if truth be told. If truth be told, I'm quite stumped. Speak with Linder about it. It could be he has forgotten an important line or two.
Me Govanen.
I thought for once I would try one of the homely riddles that Bilbo loves so well, rather than an involved mystery of elf lore. And so it seems that with his mind in the clouds of Sindarin poetry, our friend here cannot solve old-fashioned riddles of the hobbit kind. But I will give you the hint I gave Bilbo. The answer to this riddle can be found here in the last homely house. Just find the answer and bring it here to solve the riddle. So, I'm guessing from what that riddle says, it's probably a glove or a mitten. It holds your hand, but it has no hand to hold. It does its best work in the winter, and it often loses its mate. Yeah, it sounds like a pair of gloves or a mitten. So I guess we just have to figure out where it's at. And also, we need to talk to Gandalf.
Perhaps you would lend me some aid?
I have need of an adventurer, and it may be that you will serve nicely. My friend Frodo here will soon be leaving on an errand both urgent and secret. Hobbits are remarkable creatures, and Frodo is more remarkable than most. He has stepped forward to accept a charge that would daunt even those counted most brave in all the annals of the world. Do not ask me about his task, and do not ask Frodo either. He may wish to speak of it, but it is better that he not do so. I do ask you this. Speak with him and gauge his feeling. Much depends on his courage and good hobbit sense, but I am loath to send him into danger if he is not prepared for what he may face. Okay. So I believe this is an instant. I don't think there's any fighting involved.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
I am pleased to meet you. You're a friend of Gandalf? Indeed, he is very mysterious. I am sorry. I'm not entirely myself today. There are a lot of things on my mind, you might say. This is a place of rest, and I know that Bilbo is very happy spending his days riddling and singing in the Hall of Fire, but it just feels like I am so far from home. Would you take a walk with me? The cool air will do me good, and I would very much like to hear about your adventures. Alright, so let's
Thank you for the company.
talk with Frodo on his walk. Like I said, I think this is just
I
a
am concerned
walkie-talkie
for
thing.
Frodo,
I don't
for he
think there
bears a
is
great burden.
any fighting or
It is
anything.
my hope that those whom I have sent to watch over the Hobbit will determine if his mind remains strong enough for the task for which he has been chosen.
We are wandering Earth, a large kinship focused on questing, doing events and instances, including in-game. Light RP is encouraged and optional, as is our Discord server. I think I've seen that one before. They seem like they might be nice enough, but I'm not really interested in joining a kinship.
This is a fine time for a walk.
A walk is just the thing. You can tell me about your adventures. There is nothing I like quite so much as a good adventure story. Real adventures somehow aren't the same, are they? Have you been in Rivendell long? Oh, you know, I was here for about 3,000 years. It was a long time ago. But Sam thinks it's a queer place, but I think he likes it too. Well, who's Sam? Well, actually, I know who Sam is, but she might not know who Sam is. Do you like being an adventurer? It has its perks. I get to see new places, make a little coin, meet some nice people like you. I once wished I could have adventures like Bilbo did. Bilbo, you mentioned him, your uncle. Seems like a nice chap. It's so beautiful. It's nothing like the Shire, though. Yes, Rivendell is very beautiful. I'm sorry, I'm not very good company tonight, am I? Oh, no, you're just fine. There is something I need to do, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid for my friends. They love me too much to let me do this myself. Well, that's what friends are for, Frodo. I almost wish they didn't. No, you don't. Because if they did, I mean, trust me. I don't mean that. I should be happy that I have such good friends. Absolutely, you should. I am sure there's nothing to worry about. Okay, you keep telling yourself that. I will have many strong protectors, after all. Master Elrond did not wish me to go alone, and neither does Gandalf. He would never let anything happen to me. There you are, Mr. Frodo. You shouldn't go off by yourself, you know.
What a lovely walk.
I've always said that a nice walk in the night air will do wonders to cheer one's head, and it seems that I was right. I feel much better now. I enjoyed our conversation. If I see you again, we'll have to have another. When I see you again, I mean. Thank you again for the walk. Maybe things are not quite so grim after all. Of course, you know, he went for a walk by himself, and Sam had to go running to find him.
All is well, then.
Frodo remains as high in my esteem as ever he did, and I thank you for accompanying him. He is made of stern stuff, our Frodo, and his worries are natural. They will give him strength in hard times, rather than bring him to weakness. Frodo will be fine. I thank you. May your travels bring you out of danger quickly, if they chance to bring you into it. So, we've finished that. And it was quite easy and quite pleasant. We got to take a walk with Frodo Baggins. And now we get to help Bilbo Baggins with his little quest. Ah, and what did I say? Gloves. Because, of course they are. Found a pair of work gloves. So let's go bring those to Lindir.
Greetings to you.
Huh, well done. The answer fits like a glove, does it not?
Sweet-eyed Melon.
It seems that we have an expert riddler here. It is Bilbo's turn to present a riddle. You should speak with him and learn what he will pose to me.
Oh, here's a tricky one.
Linder outfoxed me. I was rummaging through all my small stock of elf lore searching for some poem or tale to fit his verse, but I should have been thinking of more prosaic things after all. I wonder if he can answer my next little puzzle, though. I would like to offer one of my poems on elven lore, but I dread Lindir's gentle laughter more than a goblin's sword. So I will follow his lead and make another homey riddle, one that I am sure you can solve by finding another item here in the last homely house. Here it is. A long beard I have of bristly hair, but no chin or cheek on which to bear. Many hands hold me with ne'er care, yet I'm ever the first to clean up a mess. Okay, I kind of messed that one up a little bit. But it sounds like... I want to say that sounds like a brush or perhaps a broom. I would think a brush more likely, though. Maybe we'll try in Bilbo's room. Oh, there's Sam. There's Merry and Pippin. Oh, nothing in here. Nice elven bed and shelves. But, nope. Nothing. Alright. So, we'll, take a quick look around, and no, I'm not looking up the answers. I'm actually trying to do this one on my own, which is saying something. I have rarely ever done this, and usually I had somebody with me when I did. There's guest chambers downstairs. Oh, look, a hall of traceries. I don't think we can go in it. Requirements not met. Well, meh. To you too. I don't think we're going to find it up here. Oh my goodness gracious. Cats just went flying everywhere. I'm not even sure why. No, but this is where I spent 3,000 years of my time convalescing. Speaking of convalescing, is that other elf still here? No, he seems to be gone now. Wonder whatever happened to him. Did he heal? Or is he going to become an enemy later? Inquired minds want to know. Alright. Well, nothing there. We do have a balcony here. And... nope, nothing there. This is a nice balcony, though. Balcony's almost big enough to be a house by itself. Can you imagine if these Rivendell didn't just fade away into nothing, if people found the remains and decided to rebuild it? How spectacular it would be. I don't think it's up here anywhere. Nope. Okay, back out. Because I do recall seeing a guest room. But using that has no effect. Okay. 8. Well. so far, we have not found what we are looking for. But there is 1 or 2 more spots to check. We're going to go check Elrond's library. And if you're a scholar, this used to be where you went for your higher level crafting. Don't have to do that anymore, but it still does have studies that you can come use. Which actually is a very nice, relaxing place to do your crafting. Of course, make sure you have your stuff on you, because there is no vault keeper in here. And nothing there. Huh. Somewhere in the last homely house. So it says it's in the house. I am going to go check just outside along the porch. Though technically not in the house. It could still be considered. And let me read again. In the last homely house. Okay, so it's not in Rivendell. It is somewhere in this property. Okay. So, and my guess was either it was going to be a brush or a broom. That's the only thing I could think of. And so far, still nothing. Alright, back inside. Oh. Guest chamber, which we determined we can't get into, because I think that is for some sort of quest later, if I remember right. And we were in Bilbo's room and found nothing. I love how everybody's hanging out in Bilbo's room. Don't they have their own rooms to sleep in? Elrond's library. We checked in there and found nothing. We haven't checked in the Scholar Hall. Okay, let's try that. Although I can't see it being actually in the Scholar area. Or the words. I swear I know them. And yeah, it is the Scholar Hall. Okay. A broom. Okay. And I was right. It's either a brush or a broom. And I would have never guessed it would be in there. Haha, I could make that joke about things being in the last place you looked. I literally looked everywhere but there. And that was the absolute last place. Alright. And what could be more homely than a simple besom broom? Even elves have to clean up from time to time, it seems.
Oh, there you are.
While you were gone, Linder told me that he has come up with something interesting for our game. Apparently he found a new riddle on the back of some old parchment out of Gondor. You should speak with him at once. I am curious to know his riddle.
Sweet-eyed Malin.
Parchment can be difficult to find at times in the world of men, so I am not all that surprised to find a riddle scrawled on the back of some old chronicle of Gondor. Perhaps some young scribe in the tower had too much time on his hands. It just so happens that the answer can be found somewhere in Rivendell. Breath is needed, warning heeded, some will arrive with sword and knife. My work is completed. till once more I am needed. Breath is needed. Warning, heed it. Some will arrive with sword and knife. My work is completed. It sounds like a horn. Breath is needed. Warning, heed it. Yeah, I mean... yeah, like the Horn of Gondor, maybe. And it is somewhere in Rivendell. So now we're going out from the last homely house, and we're going to try to find... and let's get on our horse for this. Okay. Alright. Last homely house. And did he ever... oh, yes, that's a missions. I forgot there are missions here. Wonder if... wonder if this would be worth trying out. Okay, back down. Nothing up here. Well, actually, there is something up here. This is the auction house. If anybody wanted to know where the auction hall is in Rivendell, it's outside. Alright, so back down. And over here. So we're going to go up this path here, and there's a lot of paths here in Rivendell. Surprisingly, for such a small area, it's very pathy. It's too bad there aren't more open areas. Like, I'd love to go inside this and see what's in here. Things like that. Because I like being able to explore inside different places. So, we're going to go across this bridge, which goes right next to a waterfall. How lovely. That would be very nice to stand in front of on a cold day. No, on a hot day. On a cold day, I might want to avoid that like all sorts of plague. Okay, well, what about up there? I don't think I can get up there from here. Okay, we got to be a little careful. Oh, a public service announcement. If you're going to do any map breaking, be careful. Especially be careful with your friends' characters. I have unfortunately suggested trying to find Yondershire last night, and I ended up getting the wrong spot, and unfortunately, as a result, one of my friend's characters is stuck. Like, it was very badly stuck. Like, put it in a ticket, stuck, and, yeah. We'll see how that goes. Kind of feel really, really horrible about it. Because it happens to be one of our favorite characters. Yeah. Yuck. So, I really, really, really want to apologize to him for that. I mean, I know that we both love doing stuff like that, but I did not research it enough, and as a result, I kind of got him into a little trouble. So, yeah. I am so sorry about that. I hope it gets fixed. Oh, well, we didn't really want to go down that way, but okay. Not too bad. Only the tiniest bit of a crack. Yes, I am still determined to see this Yondershire. I mean, other people have seen it, so I know there's a way But I think I went about it the wrong way. Alright. Nope, nope, not that way. Alright, where are we going? Okay. Who are you?
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Stirrings within Hellegrad. There's something going on in the mountain, my friend, and I fear what it might signify. Okay, Hellegrad is up in the Misty Mountains, so we don't need to take her quest either. This is the marketplace. And, so far we have not found what we're looking for. Although I'm pretty sure it's some sort of a horn. Because it sounds like a warning device. I could be wrong. I might be looking for completely the wrong thing. But something that requires breath and serves as a warning that calls people to it is usually somebody has a horn. Somebody has a horn. Boromir? Wait, the guest house? The Horn of Gondor? Is that what we're looking for? Well, it was on the back of some Gondorian paper. That might actually be, but maybe it's a mustering horn. Which is another option. It could be a mustering horn. I don't see a I don't think there's a mustering horn in Rivendell. There's one down at the camp. That's about halfway between Rivendell and the Fort of Brunnin. But, okay. The only other thing I can think of is Boromir's Horn of Gondor. So, let's go to the guest house and find out. And here we are. Excuse me, I'll just take my horse inside. But amazingly, I have fallen off of it. Gimli. Well, there's Boromir.
What can I do for you?
What is this, a game? Huh, I see. A riddle out of Gondor, is it? Well, you have come to the right man indeed. Nay, I fear I cannot give you my horn, even for a minute, for a horn is indeed the answer, because it is my trust and duty to bear it. But I will give you something that should suffice. This is the badge of my rank as the steward's heir. As you can see, it shows a horn above the white tree of Gondor. I dare say that elf lore master will be satisfied with this token. I should have thought of that right off the bat when horn, Gondorian paper. Yeah, I should have been able to figure that one out pretty quick. But I didn't. And we got, well, we got a nickel tour of Rivendell. Which was kind of fun. And I got to prattle a little. Which, not that I haven't done some prattling today. I did 2 videos before this one. I did No Place Like Home and Drake Hollow, which is an interesting game. I'm not gonna lie, it can be a little tiny bit frustrating, but in a good way. I actually have to figure out how to do stuff. I also need to start remembering how to do certain things, instead of having to look them up to refresh my memory. But yeah, it can be a fun, really fun game. And it's not that old. And of course, between those 2 videos and this one, I had to have a doctor's visit. Beggars can't be choosers of recruiting. Okay. R10 can of close-knit experienced players focused primarily on PvE, active mainly during evening EU hours. If you're looking for a kin to run cap-level content with, or even just socialize, please give me a tell or message on Discord. Well, they seem pretty nice too. Of course, most people in the game are nice. Even the ones that weren't so nice tended to be nice most of the time.
Greetings to you.
Excellent. You have found the answer. I will see that this badge is returned to Boromir. Well played. I trust the fact the item was not just laying on a shelf was no obstacle. No, not really. It was kind of fun. Alright, so.
Maid of Honor.
You have
Might
proven
you
yourself
spare
an
a
expert
moment
riddle
of your
solver.
time?
Bilbo and I have of late been contemplating a riddle of the most interesting sort. One for which no answer is yet known. This riddle seems to bear upon the lineage of the House of Elrond itself, and may be of great import if it is solved. For once we cannot say for sure, but the answer truly lies in Imladris. But it is certain that the riddle is concerned with Rivendell more than with any other place. Bilbo can tell you more, but I think for the full story of the riddle, you will have to speak with others as well. So yeah, between 2 videos and a phone visit with the doctor that lasted quite some time, my throat's starting to hurt a little.
I've another one for you.
Well, this was written by Elrond's wife, Celebrian, who long ago sailed into the West. Did you ever meet her? I understand she was quite beautiful. Just before she departed Middle-earth, she inscribed these words. The verse was probably not meant as a riddle, but its meaning is nevertheless hidden, even to her own family. I hope you will excuse my poor translation into Westron. The riddle goes like this. The jewel of the moon, enshrined in the water, from mother to daughter, is given a boon. Ship sail to the west, forgetting all sorrow. Landfall on the morrow, the Isle of the Blessed. It may be that Master Elrond will be able to tell you something more about these words. It would be splendid if the riddle could be solved after all these years, and even more wonderful if some lost legacy could be found and delivered to Lady Arwen. So, all the silliness that we've gone through so far, and now we have what sounds like a slightly more serious riddle. Jewel of the moon, enshrined in the water, from mother to daughter is given a boon. Jewel of the moon, enshrined. The Riddle Seeker.
Hope is not in vain.
Those old words, alas, I had hoped not to hear, have those evil days recalled to me. But I know that Lindir must mean well. Indeed, if there was some legacy of her mother I could give to Arwen, I would do so gladly. But the meaning of the words is a mystery to me, and those who might once have known have been gone for long years. I wonder at all, since this has come to my mind after so long a space. Glorfindel was present at the time these words were written. I have never thought to speak with him on the subject. Seek him by the falling water outside my house, and ask him the meaning of these old words. Okay, so he's not very pleased with having those days recalled to him, and I don't blame him. He lost his wife as a result. But he suggests we go speak to Glorfindel. Oh, that's a very lovely statue, I think. I don't think that's I think that might be Gil-galad. And though I imagine that, I don't know who that is. Celebrian, maybe. Because, you know. That would be fitting. Alright. Lord Glorfindel. I need your advice. Where are you? Well, hard to see where you're going when they've added so much clutter to the ground. Maybe trim those bushes a little.
What do you need?
A riddle, a mystery. Had but Elrond inquired of me, I could have unraveled these last sad words of his wife long ago. There was a splendid white gem, a very jewel of the moon, as the verse says, which long ago was hidden away in a secret vault. This is Celebrian's legacy that was meant to go to Arwen. Even I do not know where the vault was hidden, but I am sure it could not have been far from Imladris.
Will you lend me your ear?
I said that I do not know where the vault containing Celebrian's legacy lies, but it may be that I can help you gain entrance when it is found. The riddle itself is the key to the vault. If in your travels near Imladris you find a sealed vault, those words may offer you passage within. There should be a rock in front of the entrance. Place your hand upon the rock and recite the verse. I would be surprised if the jewel is in the Vale of Imladris itself, as these carefully tended gardens and groves are too often frequented by the elves for a vault to be easily hidden. I have no doubt it is close by, not far from Imladris, perhaps on the high moor. Okay, so we are seeking perhaps something along the high moor. We will not be doing any of the repeatable quests again if we happen to pass that far down. I could just take a horse down. I mean a stable horse. But no, I'll take my horse down. Alright. Hit unlock. That way we don't have to sit there and hold down the W key the whole time. Because, you know, no offense to this keyboard, but I don't think it can handle that. Alright, so... Oh, hello, random person. Sorry I ran into you. Uh-oh. That was a bit laggy. Alright, we are up at High Moor. Almost out of Imladris proper. We'll be out of Imladris proper once we find the gate. The gates of Imladris, right here. Although not technically a gate, more like just a passage between two giant bits of rock. Alright. And a strange chicken nest. What? Oh, I know what that is. It's for the chicken quest that starts in the Shire. Alright. So, a rock pillar. Okay. And I guess that would be the right place. Because a stone door mysteriously opened up for me. Oh, this is a pretty place. I guess she had her reasons. There are crawlers infesting the Brunnen Gorges. Okay, this is a repeatable quest that you have previously completed. And I know I said I wasn't going to take any, but since crawlers are a deed and a pain in the behind at that, I might as well take this. Why are y'all... Excuse me. How are you confused when I'm standing right here? Thank you. Ridiculous critter. And I guess if I was at a lower level, this would definitely be a little more of a challenge. But since I'm not, and these things are just so easily confused. It's like, what? You that nearsighted? Well, at least we finished the daily quest doing that. And this is Celebrian's Legacy. It looks like a diamond. Not my favorite stone. But, as it's not for me. Huh? What is this? I just noticed that. There's a stone troll in here. I don't know if it's actually supposed to be a stone troll sleeping, or if it's dead, or that's the weirdest thing ever. I mean, there's a fire pit in here too. Not sure. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. But we got what we came for. And we even got to see a little something I don't think we get to see again. I think this is the only time we get to see this spot. Ah, they won't let us jump over that. Really? Come on. There's a jewelry box, a couple axes. I really like this rug. I don't think I've seen this rug as a housing decoration, which is too bad, because I would really dig that. I would probably use that in several of my houses. Alright, enough. We are done sightseeing, even though we will probably never see this again. Well, at least until we decide we must do this riddle quest again. Alright, so where are we doing? We're taking this to Glorfindel. So can we go back in? Nope, that is locked. Oh, okay. I wonder if after we finish the quest, if we can go back in. I guess we'll find out. I mean, not that it's a huge loss if we can't. We have pretty much seen the whole thing. It wasn't very big. Back down we go. Woohoo! And then I guess once we're done with this, we can stable down to Thorinhad and probably pause until next time, where we will pick up the quest to head to Ecad Candelith. Because I think I accidentally last time said that we were going to head to Nantornath, which was incorrect because we'd already gone to Nantornath. I just kind of had it on the brain. But yeah, Ecad Candelith. Alright. And we're, oh yes, we're bringing it to Glorfindel. Like, who are we bringing this to? The person who told us where we might be able to find it? Oh, let's not fall in the water. Thanks. I like that bench. It's very natural looking.
What can I do for you?
Yes, indeed. This is the jewel itself. Celebrian's legacy. Please bring it to Elrond, as it is his duty to give it to his daughter. Okay. I'm sure he will be pleased to have something that he can pass to her from his wife, and perhaps she gets to wear it at her wedding. Who knows? Or maybe it is fashioned into a crown for her, which would befit the Queen of the Reunited Realms.
A strange fate brings you hither.
To think that the vault has remained sealed for so long past its time. Even those counted among the wise can be foolhardy, it seems. But I must thank you for your perseverance, Master of Riddles. You seek the truth in all things, even though it brings you into darkness. Your skills and cunning bring you back out into the light again. And is that not so of the wound you suffered at Degarlad, and from which you recovered beneath the eaves of my house? I say that it is. So, ooh, okay, but it's got agility on it. Agility will fate, but it is slightly, ever so slightly better than what I'm using now. I don't really know. I need the agility. We'll see how it goes. A place of rest.
Hope is not in vain.
It is good to see a familiar face, is it not? I am glad that you have returned, for I have decided what course to take against the evils in Nantornath. Laying to rest the evil dead.
Dark days.
After much consideration and pondering of your reports from the western parts of the Trollshaws, I am convinced that the servants of the enemy were not, in fact, drawn here by the brief presence of the Nazgul, who passed through a short while ago, but rather answered to one of the Gaunt Lords, mockeries of the wizards made by Morgoth long ago. Based on the powers of the Gundring you encountered in Nantornath, I believe the Gaunt Lord to be Ferndor the Virulent, Master of Pestilence. He must be defeated at all costs, but I cannot send one such as yourself alone to face him. His power is too great. There are only 3 within the Vale strong enough to oppose the Gaunt Lord, and neither Gandalf nor I may leave at this time. Therefore I bid you to speak with Glorfindel, and let him know what we have learned. I have no doubt that he will accompany you against this evil. I don't even recall this, which means I've never or rarely ever done this quest chain this far. Alright. And I guess we won't be heading to Thorinhead after all. I think we're going to go talk to Lord Glorfindel and then pause there. Because I do sense that this is probably some sort of instance. Oh. Maybe. Alright. Oh. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I guess I shouldn't complain. At least I don't teleport between quests like this is Star Trek.
May Gavanen.
So it is as I feared. A Gaunt Lord has come to the Trollshaws in the wake of the Nazgul and raises an army against Rivendell. Master Elrond speaks truly. This creature must be dealt with at once, and I must be the one to do so. I ask that you accompany me to help put down the minions of the Gaunt Lord, but do not attempt to confront Frodo yourself, for he would destroy you. Speak with me when you are ready to depart. Alright, so we're going to stay here with Lord Glorfindel and watch the rushing waters. Oh, he's got a good view from here. I just realized that. I'd never paused long enough to look in the direction he was looking. Very nice. But next time, we'll do this instance to find this Gaunt Lord with him. And then we'll head down to Thorinhead and follow the path up to Ecad Candela. But until then, bye for now.